Hey guys, I'm Tutorial Phil. Welcome back to my channel. So I have three Hermès boxes in front of me. This isn't an unboxing, although one of the items I haven't featured yet on my channel because I got it before I started my channel. This video is an Hermès bag collection. I only have three bags so far. I'm not gonna go into too much detail into each, but I will link the couple of videos I did for two of the items that I got more recently on a Paris trip. So this is the first item. I had the dust bag handy, so I just put it in the dust bag. This is the Cityback 27 backpack. This is in the Cristobal Torion leather, which is a very smooth, soft leather, unlike the Epsom, which it usually comes in. So you'll probably see this more often in Epsom, but they had this color as well, and I just really liked it over the Epsom because it just looked a lot more luxe to me. It is more fragile, and while I can't really speak to the usage of it because I still haven't used this, so it's just actually been in its box, and you can see on the bottom. So I still keep the buckles in the dust bag because this prevents them from being scratched. So you can see here the buckles go inside of these dust bags, and then just like a belt system, you would put these loops through it and they're adjustable. For me, when I tried it on, I usually use the last one. And then there's a button system, which is the signature element of the Cityback. And the zipper pretty much goes all the way to the bottom, so you can open this all the way. So then you have two zippers to open it. And so for all of these bags, I tried fitting a MacBook 15-inch, the new one with the touch bar inside of them. And they do all fit, but for this one, you can start seeing on the sides here, there's an impression of the laptop. I don't have it in here right now, but I just did it before filming this just to make sure. It does fit, but it does press up on the side a little bit. So if you're gonna be carrying a lot, I think it will eventually dent the leather up on the top, which wouldn't really be noticeable from the angle that you're wearing it, but that's something to keep in mind for the 27 size. I think they make one size larger as well, which I tried on when I was in Paris, but it just was a bit too oversized for me, especially if I was going to use this every day. This is the lead color, plum in French. I think this leather only comes in this color. The Epsom, I know at least comes in two, if not at least three colors, one of them being the electric blue, which I have the Izmir sandals in. They also made it for the Cityback. And this is the next bag, which was kind of my holy grail Hermès purchase. It was on my second day where I got the appointment to get the Hermès bag. And I do have a video about how I was able to score the Birkin bag because for the most part, you can't just walk into the store in Paris and ask for one. You need to make an appointment, but in order to get an appointment, it's also a lottery system. And the last time I did it, you had to enter the lottery the day before, and then you get a text notification the day of. I have a separate video explaining that if you're interested in taking a look. I'll link it in this video. So this Birkin is the largest one before the HAC sizes. This is a 40. This is the Togo leather, and it's in copper or cuivre. It's kind of hard to pronounce in French, but it's a copper color. And I noticed that the color really changes depending on the lighting. In some lighting, it looks more reddish. In other lighting, it looks more brown. It's definitely more in the middle. It's really going to depend on what you pair it with and the type of lighting. And this is the silver hardware. And you can see in the stamp that it has the silver hardware. And I still haven't removed the plastic because just like the backpack, I have not used this yet. I don't really normally have a lot to carry unless I'm carrying my laptop to work. This is the only bag that fits the laptop comfortably because it is the largest of all of the 3 bags, but I just haven't really found the occasion to use this. And because it's so big, I can't really use it as like a city bag. It would just look a little awkward because not only is it large on the width and the height of it, but it's pretty deep as well. So you can see on the bottom, when I wear it or when I hold onto it, it kind of rubs against my leg because it's so wide on the bottom. And I have all these bags stuffed, so you probably saw a little bit of the bubble wrap that I put inside. And then I think I keep the dust bag in the boxes. And yeah, so this is my Birkin bag. The last bag is the bag I haven't featured on my channel, and I don't have a detailed video of it yet. I know some of you guys have asked me for one. So this is the Kelly Depeche. It's a discontinued model. This is the size 38, so when you measure it on the bottom, the width is 38 centimeters. I believe this leather is also discontinued. It's called Vache Liège. It's spelled a little differently, I saw in a few sources, so I'm not exactly sure if it's Liège. In most of the forums that I've read, it's spelled Ligee, which doesn't return a French word when I try to type it in Google Translate. This is in the gold color. And when I search for this leather, this is pretty much, I think, the only color that comes up in this leather, or it's definitely more popular. This one has the contrast stitching, and I think that's also something that discontinued but might be bringing back. On my Birkin, the stitching was hidden, but on this one, you can see the stitching is visible on the outside. This one is different than the regular Kelly in that you can see on the sides that it goes straight up and down, whereas on the Kelly that you see that they're still selling, it tapers to the top, kind of like a trapezoid. And this version doesn't have a shoulder strap. I think most of the newer Kellys have a shoulder strap, which means they have an extra metal piece on where the handle attaches. And this is normally how I like to style it, though I still haven't used it yet. So I have those arms tucked inside and they're just falling on the bottom like that. This one was the only Hermès bag I didn't buy new because by the time I was interested in this bag, it was already discontinued. I believe it may have been discontinued in the late 2000, before 2010, but I don't know of the exact year. I think this one, when I checked it, this was a 2007 model from the stamping on the arm. I did a lot of research and I purchased it from a pretty reputable dealer online, First Dibs. The funny thing is the price I paid for it was probably the price it was when it was sold, or maybe even a little bit more. If I remember correctly, I think I paid $5,000 for this. But keep in mind, like, this is, I think, from 10 years ago. And today the Kellys are double that price, but I think when this was made, it's probably, I'm pretty sure it's probably less than $5,000. Even the Birkin, like the one that I just showed you, I believe now it retails for around $14,000, but I think 10 years ago it was probably only $6,000 or something like that. This one also fits a MacBook, the 15-inch, but the problem with this one is that this side is much thinner than the Birkin, and because it's gusseted, you actually don't get the full width to use. So if you can see where this starts, this hole for the arm to go through, that's really the actual width you have to play with. It's not a full 38 centimeters that you can use. And so the 15-inch MacBook with the touch bar fits extremely snugly, but what you have to do is you have to completely expand one of the gussets that you're going to be using, and the laptop goes all the way up to the side. So that's something to consider. I mean, this is a discontinued model, but I do see quite a few on the secondhand market. But this is the size 38, and if you want to fit your MacBook 15-inch, I don't think that's a great idea. A 13-inch will fit fine, but this is not the best size for 15-inch. It will hold it, but like I said, I think you will damage it because the laptop's pretty heavy, so when you're carrying this, it's going to keep rubbing on the side, and this might even stretch out part of the gussets here. And this one's in really great condition, and that's why I decided to purchase. It's pretty much like new condition, but you can tell that the leather's aged, so that's the other part where I trusted this a little bit more. You can tell the leather is actually probably 10 years old, and you can see all of the stitching details. It's very uniform. And now that I own two Hermès bags that I purchased from Hermès directly, I can compare the quality to this one. Hermès still sells the sac à Depeche. It's part of their permanent collection, but I just don't think it looks as good as this one. There's just something about this, the angles, that I really love. It's very clean, and it's pretty simple, honestly, but it's just so classic and still modern in my opinion. Now that this doesn't fit my work laptop though, I kind of can't use this for work. So it's a little bit tougher to wear this. I think it's more of a display item, but so far it's just been keeping it in its dust bag. And that's my video. This is just my small collection of Hermès bags right now. You have the Cityback backpack in the back there, the 27. This is the Birkin 40, and that's the Kelly Depeche 38, which is discontinued. I'm not sure if I really still want to get more Hermès bags because I kind of got all three silhouettes that I would want. I think if I go to Paris, I'll still try to get into the lottery to look at the Birkin and the Kelly. But at this point, I think the only color I'll consider is either a black or maybe the taupe, like the tan. But I think if I'm gonna spend the money again, I really want a black Birkin or maybe a Kelly. And for the Birkin though, I don't know if I would go smaller than a 40 just because I think that looks better on me. I might get one size down if I do find it in black for the Birkin, but definitely not any smaller than that. Or I may even try the HAC this time, which I have a video I think where I inserted some clips when I had to detail the Birkin. They had the same exact color in the HAC as well as this one, which is the regular Birkin 40. I ended up getting this one because it's just more possible for me to use every day, even though I still haven't used it yet. I may also consider getting the larger Kelly messenger bags. Once again, I think the only color I'll consider is black for that. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments below. I'd also like to know what your favorite is, if you have one from this. Thanks again for watching. Subscribe for more videos. Check me out on Instagram for the latest updates and exclusive content, and I'll post more editorial shots. Hope to see you in my next video.